Hello, I'm Kathleen, and I just wanted to welcome you back to my new channel. I've had several channels, several social media since having to the algorithms and all the uh, you know censoring has been affecting my channels on my social medias and my YouTube. But that's all right because I'm also in QHHT practitioner and with past life regression and also hypnotherapist. I have my certification in hypnotherapy. I'm also a Navy veteran. I worked in the dental and I have a medical certificate, medical assisting. And so there's other avenues. I'm intuitive. I wanted to also um, share on my platform because I wanted to focus more on healings. So that's why I'm healing frequencies, soldiers 17, because I was digital soldier 17 was my handle for years. And so I'm back with healing frequencies. D Soldiers 17, just so my any of my old subscribers can recognize me. And I wanted to go over some healing modalities because also I want to get my certificate in grief, grief counseling with just experiences and changes would be very beneficial to help others. And also, I specialize with past life healing, the children's inner child healing, and also PTSD. Um, I wanted to also explain a little bit about on Tuesday, September 7th, 2021, uh, the quantum shift with Dr. Sam Muggsy and Lady Kent Dunn. Oh, sorry. There's my phone. And my cat walking on my keyboard. So I kind of wanted to go over the put this on silent and go over the latest with what they were talking about because the dates are a little bit hard because not only are they in another plan, but it's also kind of like a chess game move. So, but more at the last four moves, and the gloves are off from what I understand. With finance, I wanted to go over because this month is supposed to be pretty big with the gematria, and a lot of intuitives are also feeling something coming up. Like everyone's been preparing, like getting water, food, just being ready for whatever. I mean, sometimes, being a prep doesn't hurt. It's always be ready. So, I have that set aside, and also with the finance, the crypto with the quantum system being moved over from the fiat system to the quantum system, we're going to all go crypto, and it's going to go like within with the good guys' hands. And the ones that you need to do is build your wallet and make sure that you are in a cryptocurrency digital books. And she explains this on ebh.club, EBH, empoweringBetterHumans.club. And also she mentioned on Telegram, Whiplash 347 also has a lot of good information too. And we want to promote compassion, kindness, and wisdom. And Cryon talks a lot about this too, that the compassion this time has really made the difference with anchoring these energies from our higher self and our connection to Source, God, and Christ. We are looking at like the 10th dimensional. These kind of go up into galactics also. And even though like we are going into a 5D, yet we have to resonate with that. That's why we need to raise our vibrations. We need to detox all the things that have been spraying on us, the GMOs, the I don't want to say the word, but you know what I mean. The what some people are believing is helpful, and the most important thing we can do is protect our health and our bodies. And you know, there's a good movie called Forks Over Knives. I believe it's Forks Over Knives or Knives Over Forks. And how people changed their diet and their health completely took a 360 and just had more energy. And I know that there's been a lot of proof of people who've lost weight. Their labs have gotten better. Their organs have improved. And every 7 years, we have a whole new body anyways, because our cells are regenerating. So that's something to think about. We also have, we want to also start looking at, you can see the shift with, like they say, the COVID and no new cars are being built. So like more electric is going to come in. And also you kind of want to be careful with the electric cars because you want to make sure that you have enough range. And also if it goes to, if you have the extender or a hybrid, they'll either recharge the batteries or the gas extension can also give you an extra 50 miles, or it depends on that feature. Dr. Muggsy was talking about the Tesla towers being up, and sorry, and also we're going to have a chance to like eventually in the future have like charging stations on the side of the road where we can just pull over and charge for 20 minutes, get a snack or whatever, use the ladies' room, man's room, gentleman's room, and be fully charged and go another 90 miles. Or a Tesla 300. We're going to, if we look into starting our own businesses with others, we're starting our own businesses and supporting like mom and pop shops would also be a good substantial stability for something that we can do from home, something we can do to network, also specialize in a certain area, and we can do like trade-offs or barters. Because well, they show on YouTube a lot of Australian trucks that have been stopping. They made the blocks, which is stopping commerce. So a lot of the various companies sends a message there, and so prayers for Australia, prayers for their children, and the issues that they're dealing with over there. I want to be careful of going into detail on my words because I know that they're hitting everyone pretty hard and really hard. So the military taking over the country. Basically, I'm hearing a potential medical martial law to stop the innocent from thinking that they're doing something healthy for themselves and not knowing the details of the 5G, the nanobots, the black goo, the parasites. These are really good to look into to detoxing. And with the activated charcoal. That way it comes out, it catches it. And you got to watch your kidneys and your liver. She was saying, like, major your kidneys. Um, she also has and start on cleaning the planet, which is very important. And I would like to see the Taji dolphins get protected for years and years and years and years. I've been really trying to have a shout out on that, and prayers. And also, there's like a lot of cleaning up we need to do for the planet, like with the oceans, and like the oil that is pretty ancient, and that the Tesla towers, Nikola Tesla towers, are to be restored. I heard they were restored. Nikola Tesla from the 1900s. So I really hope that's true. I haven't seen them yet, but I'm very optimistic on my resources. Also, she's a galactic contactee, and her galactic, she calls George, and he's a benevolent, and he was talking about their plan was like removing the top, and then the next would fall in line, and then they would get removed, and then they would get removed, and so on, until, you know, pretty soon we'll see how that cookie crumbles. And then we just pretty much stand back and watch, or as they say, get your popcorn. And I love popcorn, so get your organic popcorn, because, you know, if you study GMOs, started with the wheat and the wheat bread, big push for wheat bread in the 70s. I remember my mom fell for it, was all getting rid of the white bread, putting wheat bread in the house, and hasn't killed me yet. Yet I know that I probably wouldn't have had as many allergies and asthma like I did when I was in my youth to maybe beneficial to that. Then I became a vegetarian at 16, and my health greatly improved. Also, there's also she was mentioning some more information that you should go to the Quantum Shift Radio Show on KCOR Radio out of Las Vegas, and you can get more information. Not to mention her website, and then she has the Quantum Healing Club on there also, which is where she uses the frequencies, the biofeedback machine, and we've been biting our nails for the med beds, and she uses it's a high frequency machine, which is also healing. So that's something I want to look into, definitely, and have like a holistic type of a way to naturally heal people. We know there's also like vibrations, you know, that balances us. Even in our house, I can feel the difference. Like calming energies, this helps also when bring the harmony into your home again, walking through your home, and with some white sage or Palo Santo, I'm probably butchering that, Palo Santo, and we have also like the tuning forks that I just got. I'm really excited to use these, because these also help with like getting rid of inflammation. You know, there's a lot that we haven't been taught yet. Like in my nursing books, when I went to nursing college way back when, I had no endocannabinoid system. And until I learned about marijuana, we have a whole endocannabinoid system that balances us, because everything in our system is on balance, and like it's homeostasis. And like our temperature needs to be balanced. It can't be too cold, it can't be too hot, or else we'll have issues, fevers, and then we don't want our God forbid our proteins to denature or hypothermia. So we have to be in a gentle balance with harmony, like God has made everything, and also um, this will like the endocannabinoid system helps with the reduce inflammation. I'm going to do a video on that because it's very in depth and it's exciting to learn about. I know I was when I heard about this. The dispensary, only at 13, I'm going to put a plug in for them. Wonderful people there who just are just excited about the business, and they should be because it's definitely an ancient knowledge of Mother Earth, natural, that has had a kind of a stigma put towards it. People have gone to jail for it. So something to think about, how what's hiding, why, so there's a lot of healing benefits, and I'll do another video just on that because it's really exciting with the terpenes and the different effects, and even they've also strained or made like a cultivar, because it's getting more, it's pretty sophisticated, like glass of wine. We have cultivars that are, that have different, the terpenes with different chemical compound with effects, smell, aroma, and how it affects your body. And the THC is what is the psychoactive, and then the CBD is a non-psychoactive, and they work hand in hand because we have receptors in our brain, our spine, and our gut. And our gut is also considered its own brain. So there's a lot that I'd love to go into, but I want to save it. So the tuning forks, I'd also like to do another video just on the tuning forks and all of the benefits. Just in a summary, it balances and homeostasis in the body, opens energetic pathways, alleviating stasis and relieving pain, and relaxes muscle tension, keeps stress and anxiety balanced. Okay, so this is something that a lot of patriots, careful with the algorithms have to say about my videos. I have to be careful. Maybe I should just hold up some signs about this is something that we can also do a video on, to talk about ways of healing our body. And if you've had this thing, then God forbid any potential autoimmune diseases that may arise. I have a friend that healed herself from autoimmune diseases just by using essential oils. Put a plug in for Young Living, and their seed to seal with a all organic and up to par, or they won't sell them, they just reuse them for the pesticides, which is all natural, no pesticides. I use neem oil on my hydroponics. I have I use lettuce grow hydroponics. I love them. And the neem oil works just fine for the little gnats and whatever's little pests I try to like scoot outside. Also, what's relaxing, we have like you can just get a bottle, a spray bottle. I got a Whole Foods with some water and some. I like lavender. It was just for calming. And this is the first sense that hits your nose. Your nose, I mean, that hits your brain. So definitely when we smell scents, it definitely works as calming us down. Just refreshing, and all of the natural healing effects of that too, like Granny's Remedies. I remember my mom had a book, Granny's Remedies, and I had once they work. They really work. And this is what our ancestors used to do for years and years and years before, we got kind of spoiled on just being fed, like spoon fed our information. And um, I just want to reach out to the public because I know that once we have our emergency broadcast system, when our phones got synced to the emergency broadcast system, we're going to have 4 weeks of videos and information, relearning our true history, what's been really going on. There's going to be like in the courtroom, like OJ was, of the trials, military tribunals that have been going on for probably about 5 years now. I understand. I don't know exactly, but from following all the information and resources, and looking out the window, yes, it definitely is a lot different. I know it's harder. I'm 53 years old, and it's harder for the younger people to see that there's a difference. I love history. I study history. Um, I'm aware of a lot. So, and I just want to be more aware and pay attention and help others is number one. We need to remember compassion for each other, number one. Um, we need to, and the people that are in the know and the people that did not want to know or got kind of mean about not wanting to know. Um, I'm sure you've heard all the name calling, but we're not going to use those words. So I just wanted to say, um, don't say I told you so, or be mean about it, or just, we need to kind of all become grief counselors, because we have people coming down with more health issues after, and the GMOs aren't good. We've been sprayed on with certain things. Be careful. And I just want to have some relief and like some information about how to go about this, how I'm going to go about this. And I'm not saying mine's the right way or the wrong way. I'm just saying that I'm just going to put compassion first and knowledge of healing. And that's what we need to do for each other, is just be of service to others, compassion, kindness, be respectful of other people's beliefs. We can answer questions they ask us. I just say, call me what you want. It's all good. I'm not offended. I'm here if you need me. I'm mother, 3 adult children. I've been taking care of kids for a long time. So, and it's okay. We can just get through this no matter what. And I also draw upon the strength of my grandparents and my great grandparents. When they've been through a lot. They're from Hawaii. They've seen a lot stuff: World War II, Korean War, the Vietnam War. So we just have to draw upon their strengths. And they've got through the Great Depression. We need to kind of go back a little bit into learning what's the best for us. That's really it. What's the best for us? Not the most convenient. Some people say, well, organics are more expensive. Yeah. Well, so rat poison is a lot cheaper, but I'm not going to eat it and have it in my toothpaste or at the dentist, to make my teeth harder. I don't buy that anymore. So there's more history on that issue. So I wanted to mention on the quantum shift that the doc was mentioning that Melania Trump is also um, related to, like, she's Anastasia's granddaughter from Russia, and she was kind of being protected here. So I'm hearing that she's going to go back to taking back her country. We'll see. I don't know. Don't take my word for it. I'm just bringing this out here from what I heard on the quantum shift. And I really love that show, so I'm just going to share. She's also, oh, well, here's a date on the 11th that Mr. T will declare Gisera Nacera. I don't know. The dates are really difficult to nail down when there's a lot going on behind the scenes. I understand we have to have a lot of flexibility, and if you pray, please send prayers or even love and light towards our special forces, our global special forces, our galactics, everyone that is in this saving humanity, saving these children underground. Tim Ballard, Operation Underground Railroad. You want to get involved? That's a great organization to volunteer for, get awareness out, or even apply for. They have jobs and they're hiring. 9/11 being Christ's real birthday, and supposedly another event. I'm not going to crunch the gematria yet. Zachary Hubbard, he does a great job of it. So if you really want to look into all those scripts, that's a good source right there. And he's written a couple of books, and that will really go into detail about how that works and the history. So there's Doc mentions that her resource says that there's a dam that's about to break, and usually all of them are hiding something underneath them. We shall see. And that the ones not to get involved in with, as she was saying, Coinbase, Bitcoin, and Ethereum are all going to fall, except XRP. And there's some other good ones too from the White Hats that she mentions. She mentions that the media is going to have front seats at Gitmo, that on the 17th, there's going to be a big announcement. September 6th through 17th, a 10-day movie. Well, don't quote me on the dates again, because they're potentials, really. I mean, like, even in, like, intuition and psychic readings, the dates are really, you gotta be flexible with, because there's different potentials, and then we also have free will where we can change our mind. So there's a 10-day movie of a DEF CON scare event, nuclear hoopla for the, okay, so this word, sheeple. So not to be derogatory, yet, basically Christ says that we are shepherds over the sheep, and that's kind of like where that came from. I like to say that there's wolves in sheep's clothing. Definitely, we need to never read a book by its cover, ever. So close to the Olympics, that she said that Iran wants to attack Japan. So we'll see if this is, what comes about. And also November and November some boom. Okay, so on the emergency broadcast system, that's to trigger an alarm to awake from the sleep on the nefarious acts of the 1%. That, like, people on, like, Project Camelot, Pete Peterson, who worked in deep underground basis was saying that it's going to take each and every one of us. And it is. I mean, reading history, I mean, like we can just look at our history just from memory, even though it's not exact. They tweaked it a lot. Um, that nothing ever, I mean, this is ancient. We always have, there's, good versus evil. And even in the movies, which there's literature too. And so that is never going to change until each and every one of us stands up and says no. Like the Georgia Guidestones have been there since the 70s. And, just read them. And they're still standing there. There's a lot of statues that are still there that are religious. And I'm not going to say which one, but I'm sure you can figure it out. Like the ark of, I'll write it down. These peoples that have put it there. And these is what we need to also get rid of from that was sprayed on us. Detox from. And also I was gonna do. I think I'm gonna get a little chalkboard. So we also got to pay attention to the frequencies that are coming through on our music and through our televisions, because we are raising, if you look at the Schumann's resonance on disclosurenews.it, it for Italy, there's a lot of information there about the ascension and our rotation of the earth and where we're moving to. Andreas also explains this on Tales from the Ship on YouTube about how, like, the quadrants and physics is spirit. God made everything first. So physics is a lot to do with what is going on today. That's really exciting. Since 1988, our planet's been raising her Mother Earth's frequencies, which was always 7.83, I believe. And then in the 1988, a lot of souls came here. They volunteered, as from QHHT explains. Dolores Cannon's written like 19 books on what has come through from her hypnosis, quantum healing hypnosis, that New Earth, and it's also in the Bible and other ancient texts, as all around the world, as David Wilcox explains and Corey Good. So right now, the people are having their great awakening. We're standing up. We're getting our, I would say, being self-sufficient is the most important thing. And we have healing med beds coming out. That's exciting. That will help the people that definitely need